Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Pie in the Sky Tours, your one-stop shop for all things Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Today I'll be showing you my top 5 places to fly in South America and Antarctica. As I've been spending a lot of time in the region, I figured I could do my first location-based video here. Most of the areas feature payware mods, however it's not essential that you buy them, they still look great with the default scenery. I do however recommend getting them if you are looking for that extra bit of realism in the sim. This isn't an advertisement for these mods, it's just my personal recommendation. I've also included some freeware versions of the payware, just in case you wanted to try them first. At all the airports in this video, I use LVFR's AREX packages, which replaces the ground vehicles with regional ones. I also use their Jetway Pro mod, which I review in the video linked above. Both of these products do inject more realism and are great, but again they are not essential, just my preference. I'll leave a link in the description to all the add-ons in this video so you can easily access them. It's really difficult to narrow it down to 5 places, and I have been exploring more of Bolivia and Colombia lately, so I might make another video featuring those areas too sometime. And please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, it really helps boost the channel. And without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to Santiago de Chile. This is one of my favourite areas in the sim. Santiago is a sprawling city on the foot of the Andes Mountains, and the views, in the right weather, are absolutely breathtaking. I enjoy flying over the mountains from the east, this way you get really good views of the city. There are a few local airports here, but I usually stick to the international one. I use the LVFR SCEL mod, which really does spruce up the airport, and you get to really see the details of the terminals clearly, which is great. I use the Santiago City mod by Virtual Design 3D, which contains more than 100 characteristic buildings of the city of Santiago. Several heliports are included, and there's more on the way. The city is situated in the centre of the Santiago Basin, a large bowl-shaped valley consisting of broad and fertile lands surrounded by mountains, home to around 6.3 million people. Santiago covers a total area of 641 square kilometres, or 248 square miles. The city outskirts are surrounded by vineyards, and Santiago is within an hour of both the mountains and the Pacific Ocean. The city has a lot of colonial buildings, as well as modern offices for multinational corporations. What I love most about this city is the fact that it's so close to the mountains, and offers both city life and nature. This is definitely one place I want to visit in real life at some point. Next we come to Cusco, a city in the Peruvian Andes, which was once capital of the Inca Empire. Peru remains one of my top spots on my wish list, as it offers amazing nature and majestic views over some of the oldest ruins in the world. With Machu Picchu being the highlight, its elevation is around 3,400 meters, or 11,200 feet. Cusco has become the main tourist attraction in Peru and one of the most visited cities in South America, home to about 430,000 people. I used the mod by Aerosoft, which covers Cusco International Airport, which is considered one of the most difficult airports in the world because of the high altitude, the difficult winds, and of course, the big slope of the runway. It's so much fun to touch down here, and it's always a bit of a challenge. It also adds realism to the city with enhanced buildings and extra landmarks. So this mod is well worth a look if the city interests you. However, it's still spectacular when using the default scenery. I recommend to set the weather to overcast or rain if you're not using live weather, as the mountains look amazing half covered in clouds. There is a free mod available at flightsim.to for Machu Picchu, which really captures the beauty of this iconic site. I find myself flying here often, so I've left this one in my community folder permanently. So again, I highly recommend visiting this area. I chose to include Antarctica in this video since it's so remote and not such a popular place to fly for many. The Rothera Research Station is a British Antarctic survey base on the Antarctic Peninsula, located at Rothera Point, Adelaide Island. Rothera also serves as the capital of the British Antarctic Territory. There are many bases across Antarctica. Around 30 countries have around 82 bases. Some of these bases are only open in the summer, and others are operated all year round. The summertime population of Antarctica is around 5,000 people, not including those on ships. But this drops to just 1,000 people continent-wide during the long, dark and cold winter. I use the mod by Aerosoft as it adds so much more detail to the area. There's lots of good animations including animals, vehicles, boats and people. This is a great mod and I highly recommend it, especially since this area has not got much detail at all, so I think this really helps if you're in the mood for going to Antarctica. Easter Island is an island in special territory of Chile in the southern Pacific Ocean, at the southeasternmost point of the Polynesian Triangle in Oceania. The island is most famous for its nearly 1,000 monumental statues, called moai, which were created by the early Rapa Nui people. Easter Island is one of the most remote inhabited islands in the world. I'm using the Simulazione Extrema SCIP Mataveri International Airport add-on, which really does add a lot of detail and includes some tourist spots such as the AHU's Tongariki, Nau Nau, Tahai and the Ranu Kau crater. The airport modelling is very high quality and I've purchased quite a few products from this company, so I can recommend their add-ons. Again, if you prefer not to make the purchase, this is a really interesting area to visit. On the Tierra del Fuego archipelago at the southern tip of South America sits the Argentinian city of Ushuaia, known as the southernmost city in the world, or sometimes the end of the world. Ushuaia is located roughly 1,100 kilometers or 680 miles from the coast of Antarctica. Its particularly enviable location has made Ushuaia a good starting point for both land and sea excursions, including hiking in the surrounding archipelago and cruises to Antarctica. Aside from magnificent scenery, Ushuaia's wildlife is one of the area's biggest draws, and many travel far and wide to marvel at whales, dolphins, sea lions, and the penguins found on the nearby islands. I'm using the Extreme Simulation SAWH Ushuaia Malvinas Argentinas International Airport, which really complements this area and enhances the scenery. The add-on includes a centennial lighthouse called the Explorers, located in the Beagle Channel, which was made over 100 years ago. They've also added some animated whales in the water, which I find a nice touch. So I really recommend coming to this area, even if you don't buy the add-ons. And please share your favourite places to fly with us in the comment section below. It's always good to hear your recommendations. And if you do want to add more realism to complement these recommended add-ons, then check out my AIG traffic add-on tutorial. As always guys, I hope you find this content useful. I look forward to making the next video soon. Please like, subscribe and share this video if you find it useful, as it may help other simmers too. And as always guys, take care and stay safe.